Good morning, natural gas. It's Friday, May 22nd, 2026. I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company. And for the spot June contract, we're currently trading right now at 296.20, down 5.6 cents or 1.86%. Why are we down? Storage. Storage yesterday surprised. As you can see, now the RSI has turned to the downside. We are holding barely above exponential moving average, which comes in at 293.60. Let's turn to that storage report. And the report came in at 101. That's right. We're now up to 2.391 TCF in the ground. That means now we are above last year again. We're also well above the 5-year average for storage. So we're ahead of the game and it continues to widen out. Let's take a look at the temperature outlook. Well, this isn't helping us either. We're only seeing above normal temperatures in the Pacific Northwest for the 6 to 10-day outlook here. And as you can see, this is the June, July, and August outlook, and this was issued yesterday. And as you can see, above normal for the Pacific Northwest, but it is still slightly above normal for the southern tier. So this isn't helping us either because we need some really warm temperatures and higher LNG output. How about Texas? Well, the renewables are between 32 and 34,000 megawatts today. Our peak is just over 69,000 megawatts. Right now, gas is holding just under 40% of the fuel mix here at just under 20,000 megawatts. So it's a low start right now. Solar is going to pick up, but wind is staying fairly low at this time of year. And let's take a look at the hourly chart. And this is for the June contract. Again, we are holding now above second support, which came in at 293.5. As you can see right now, our first support was at 297.70. We've broken down through that. The RSI is trying to turn to the upside. So let's go ahead with the front to back spreads here. This is the Jan versus October. We came really close to our objective of 125. We got as low as 128, but now we are bouncing. And right now we're up 3.3 cents to 133.5. The RSI is trying to turn to the upside again. And let's take a look at the Novi through March strip. And unfortunately, we're broken down. This is a bad technical signal. We were having convergence, which meant that the RSI was moving higher, but the price was moving lower. But we were now closing potentially below that trend line here. So that would be a negative. And why is that happening potentially? Well, it's not helping that we're getting large storage injections. Plus, we've got super El Nino to worry about for this winter. Let's turn to LNG. And this is Creole Trail. This is for Sabine Pass. And as you can see right now, we've got a little bit of space open still. We're currently running about 1.46 BCF out of 1.7 BCF capacity for that particular facility on this pipeline. And here is Corpus Christi running 2.51 out of 2.75. Again, there's still some capacity open here. And let's take a look at Venture Global. This is for Calcasieu Pass. And right now, they've also got some capacity open here, running just under 1.7 out of 2.125 BCF. Lastly, here for Gator Express on Venture Global, they're running over capacity at 2.956 out of 2.94. So what's our Pokey Puppy here doing? That's Golden Pass, and it's running over 250,000 MMBTUs. And just in the nick of time because we've got the Alcayaya. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. The LNG tanker that took the first cargo from Golden Pass is returned to the Gulf of America and is sitting offshore right now. It is looking to make a run into Golden Pass, hopefully to pick up the third cargo. And where is the second cargo going? Well, let's take a look at our Sea Eagle here. And it was moving off of South America right now. As you can see right now, it's between South America and Africa. It still hasn't told us where it's going, but there it is. It is making a run for the Cape of Good Hope and possibly moving in toward maybe Pakistan or maybe India. We'll find out in a couple days. Let's take a look. Oh, sorry. Let's do one more thing here. That's Qatar. There was a vessel loading up here at Las Rafan, and that's the Gobretha. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And it was loading up again at Ras Laffan. Note here, there are 10 terminals for LNG tankers. This tanker here is for crude oil. So this is just the 1 out of 10 loading capacity at Ras Laffan. How about the heat in the United States? Well, we've got some heat risk here, moderate heat risk in the southeast. As you can see, there's some in California as well, but it is okay. It's modest. And as you can see, this moderate heat risk expands a little bit into Louisiana, up into the Carolinas. As we get further and further into next week, there's starting to see some heat risk up in the Dakotas and Montana and Wisconsin, and then pushes over into the east. It moderates as we get into next Thursday. So we got a brief shot of some cool, warmer temperatures, but then things are moderating a little bit. How about the weather here? Texas, well, we've got some rain that came through yesterday, and this is pushing off into Louisiana, Alabama, Arkansas, and as you can see, this is pushing over into Florida. So it's going to get sticky, but we're not getting the extreme heat yet. How about Europe? Well, this is just the temperature map. We're going to stop doing the anomaly map, but let's take a look here. Yes, it's warm in the Iberian Peninsula, but modest everywhere else. It starts to warm up a little bit as we get into Sunday, into Monday, and then it just continues to look okay. Just modest temperatures. Again, somewhat like spring, but not summer yet. And then it cools off a little bit before some heat shows up again on June the 5th. How about storage? Well, take a look here. United Kingdom, 17%. So they've really got to get going here, as well as the Netherlands sitting at just under 13%. So those are the two we're going to keep a careful eye on as we go forward here. Some other countries are doing fairly well. France doing much better at 38% and Germany at 28%. How about Asia? Well, similar picture here for the weather. Warm temperatures right now in the eastern provinces. Tomorrow, as we get into Sunday as well, that continues going forward. Then you start seeing some modest cooler weather come through before we get hot again on the 30th. Into June here, we're starting to see some warmer temperatures. Again, if we do get El Nino conditions, this might mean a warmer than 2023 summer for Japan. And of course, that would mean Korea's and China as well. So as you can see, as we exit here into June 5th here, it looks like it's starting to get warm. How about the Atlantic? This is the hurricane season starting up here in just about 8 days. So what goes on? Well, this is June looking back for the last 100 years. And as you can see, the development has to happen between the Yucatan, Bay of Campeche, through the Gulf of America and up the East Coast. That's it. Not too many storms for this time of year for June, but it has to happen close to shore. Why? Well, the Saharan air layer is going to inhibit anything forming in the mid-Atlantic. This is a huge plume of dust going into the mid-Atlantic. And again, it will impact with water that forms off of Africa and then just drops that moisture back into the ocean. So this is going to be pushing over towards South America, and eventually this will be pulling in toward the Gulf of America. How about the drought? Well, it continues to be dry, especially from Florida up into South Carolina, Arkansas, Colorado, parts of Nebraska, and parts of southern Idaho. How about our stocks? Well, these are stocks between $2 and $10 billion, have a high short float, over 10%. And right now, as you can see, Crescent is doing well at 1.72%. VET has fallen off the list, and behind me, CNX is up just 0.18%. As you can see right now for the spot June contract, we're currently trading at 294.80, down 7 cents or 2.32%. Remember, Monday is Memorial Day. It's a short session, but NYMEX is open. We expire options on Tuesday, futures on Wednesday. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for listening. We'll see you soon.